All right. Yasharala, Shalom Yasharala. It's the brother Ragazal and the brother Yaquab from the GMS Louisiana Saints camp. Here with another quick sit down, man. Before we get started, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And salutation to the hopeful elect, man, pushing this truth diligently, consistently, with all sincerity, man. All fear and trembling, man. We're just going to get a quick one in, man, pertaining to these dog parables, man. These parables, these dog sayings, man, and the purpose of them, how they like a lock on the vault, man. You know, keeping the heathen and the 2/3 out. They can't get in, man. You know, but we gonna get into that, man.
And it's all about being spiritual, man. For you to understand these parables and dark sentences, you have to be spiritual. And the reason the Most High do that is like the brother say, he don't want the heathens to understand this doctrine, the truth of the scriptures. He don't want the 2/3 to get it. The scriptures say if our gospel be hid, it's hid from them who are lost.
Yep.
All right. So when they go to break down these breakdowns and like when they go in the book of Revelation, they just mangle the scriptures. When they do go to other places in the scriptures, they mangle the scriptures because the gospel has been hid from them.
Yep.
All right. But to us, it's been revealed. Lord willing, we are the elect. Yep.
Let me get this definition of it right quick. This parable in the Greek from Matthew the 13th chapter is I'm gonna go to definition. The second definition is metaphorically. I'm gonna go to line D. It says a parable, an earthly story with a heavenly meaning, man. Like the brother was saying, man, about spiritual, man. A earthly story with a spiritual meaning. You could replace that word heavenly with spiritual, man. With a spiritual meaning, man. So these different parables and different symbolisms and things of that nature.
Metaphors, allegories.
They have spiritual meanings, man. You read them like the brother said. A church evangelical Christian to read it and think a dragon with 10 horns and whatnot gonna come out the sea ready to battle against this other entity, and horses flying through the air and all this other madness, man. Cause they don't get it. Cause they don't, the Lord they blinded, like the brother was just saying, man. Like I said in the book of Corinthians.
All right, I'm gonna start off with this scripture. This is Sirach 39:1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. So the Spirit have to be with you to understand these prophecies, man. All right? He will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and what subtle parables are, he will be there also. Revelation 12, that's a subtle parable, man. Those are deep sentences, man. All right? And that's when you find the men of the Lord occupied in them prophecies, man. Because guess what? The prophecies talk about what's happening in our day and time and what's to come. So you got to know what's going on. That's the only way you're going to be in reality, is to be occupied in prophecies. These dildo heads in this society are not in reality, okay? He will seek out the secrets of grave sentences and be conversant in dark parables. All right, he shall serve great men and appear before princes. He will travel to strange countries, for he have tried the good and the evil among men. That's it on that. But the point of those passages is, man, you can't take these scriptures literal a lot of times when you read it point blank. All right, when it's talking about behold the pale horse, behold the black horse, come and see, up in Revelation 6.
Yep.
All right, man.
Matter of fact,
it's not talking about a literal horse, man. That's spiritual, man.
Let's get that real quick, and because that's a simple one. And if you just think and not just read, not just hear it and go off of verbatim, just think for a second. Who could this be talking about? Revelations, like the brother talking about the horse. I'm gonna get you the Revelation 6 and 8. It says, and I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death. So this pale horse name was Death, and it says, and hell followed with him. So what what can be attributed to that, man? That scripture right there was talking about on the planet right now was known as the white man, the so-called white man. Esau, Edom, Idumea, the Edomites, man. Think about their track record, man. Since the Renaissance age, when Esau came out of those caves, what one thing had the so-called white person done that was positive for the landmass he was on and positive for himself without causing death and destruction, man? Nothing. He has
when he was in power as Greeks, what the book of Maccabees say? When they came in power, evils multiplied.
Multiplied upon the earth, man. And he's back in power, man. And the scripture tell you that this is the worst captivity we've been in under his rulership, man. It's all those captivities in one.
And that's a grave sentence. That's a dark sentence. All right? A dildo head would think, oh, a pale horse is coming. A pale horse is going to, shut the fuck up. All right? This is a precept. This is Matthew 13. I'm going to start at verse 11. And he answered them. And this is Yahushua talking to his disciples. Because it is given to you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. Man, this is a mystery to understand these scriptures, man.
Exactly.
And what do you got to do with a mystery? When something's a mystery, you go research it. You go out and study. What do Texans do? They go overturn every rock to understand what's going on. All right.
Yep.
And that's what we have to do. All right. Because it is given to you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. But to them it is not given. And them is the heathens and the 2/3, man.
Exactly. And it show you that the prophets, those apostles, were occupied in prophecies, man. They wanted to know when is the end date, man. Yahushua, when are you coming back, man? Well, what signs? That's the main thing they wanted to know, man. And when he would tell it to the masses, he would tell it to them in parables, man. Like Matthew the 25th chapter. Matter of fact,
let me go down to verse 13.
Go ahead, bro.
He say, therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing, see not, and hearing, they hear not. And the only way you can see and hear is to have wisdom and understanding. The Spirit has to deal with you for to hear and see. All right? Neither do they understand. All right? And then let me show you what happens when you're a dildo head and you think you're a man of the Lord, but you don't understand the scriptures. All right? I'm going to go to 2 Peter 3. I'm going to go to 15. Listen to what Peter said. This 2 Peter 3 and 15. And account that the long suffering of our Mashiach is salvation. Even our beloved brother Paul, and also according to the wisdom given to him, that have written unto you, as in all his epistles, speaking in these things, which are some things hard to be understood. Okay, which they that are unlearned and unstable rest. All right, rest is a way of saying wrestle. Yep. All right, and they do also other scriptures unto their own destruction. So when you misunderstand these scriptures and mangle these scriptures, you're gonna get put to death.
Yep, it's your own. It's the blood on your own hands, man. I got a quick one. This the book of St. Matthew 11. I'm gonna start at verse 15, and you hear this saying a lot in the scriptures, man, because they're not gonna get it, man, because he's speaking parables. This is Yahushua speaking. He said, "He that have ears to hear, let him hear." Meaning, who have that wisdom and knowledge, man, let them hear spiritually, man. Everybody who's not deaf can hear physically. You can hear the words coming out of his mouth, but you're not going to get it, man. This is verse 16. He said, "But whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows and saying, We have piped unto you, and ye have not danced. We have mourned unto you, and ye have not lamented." And that's us speaking to you in parables, man. We are piping unto you, but you're not dancing. That's symbolic, meaning we are speaking these parables unto you, but you don't get it. The Lord have not chosen you to understand it, man. That's why you're not dancing to these things, man. The scriptures tell you in the book of Habakkuk that make the vision plain upon the tables, man, to those who are not blinded, when they hear these things, when you hear these things, it's you like, that makes perfect sense. When you first heard this, you know, the brothers that's in this, man, whichever way, shape, or form, even if you was kind of resisting against it, like, I need more, but it was something that intrigued you, like, something clicked in your head, like, hold on. But for the average, all the camps, how many people have all the camps in total prophesied in front of them, man, who just kept walking or who just couldn't get it, man? They have been blinded, man. They're not dancing to this because they don't have on the dancing shoes, man. That spiritual aspect, man. The Most High haven't opened their eyes, man, and they won't get it, man. That's His will, man. That's not our will, man. If they don't get it, we just keep it pushing, and we're gonna continue piping, man, piping these parables, man. And if somebody bite on those parables, we reel them in, man. We are fishers, man. That's what we out there doing, man. You know, and that bait is hard to bite on, man. Everybody not gonna bite on that bait, man. Christianity, anybody could bite on that bait, man. Islam, anybody could bite on that bait. Muslim, any Buddha, all those religions of the world, anybody could bite that, man. Because those are not parables. Those are not the truth, man. This truth is only one truth, man. And ain't no getting around it, man.
All right, I got you another one, bro.
Go ahead.
This Proverbs 1. I'm going to start at the top. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Yasharal. And for the record, Solomon is Yahweh Shai. All right?
Matthew 1:1.
All right?
Quick to you.
He's Yahweh Shai. He came back as Yahweh Shai. He had to suffer for his sins as Solomon, man. All right? That's a thing that go over people's heads.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All right? Verse 2. To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment, and equity, to give subtlety to the simple. That's what these scriptures do, man. When you become subtle, that means you gain understanding. You become wise. When you simple, you're just a dildo head. All right. To the young man, knowledge and discretion. All right. That's what these scriptures do. Actually, these scriptures make you a man. Okay.
Exactly.
All right. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel. These parables, dark sayings, all right, these metaphors and allegories, all right, they are wise counsels, all right, and only wise men will understand them, okay? To understand a proverb and the interpretation, all right, the men of the Lord interpret these dark sayings, all right? The words of the wise and their dark sayings, all right? And the Most High has to reveal His Spirit to you for you to understand it. Because guess what? Even if a man of the Lord break it down, most people don't receive it.
Yep.
So the Spirit has to be dealing with you. That's it, all right?
I got another one. This in the same book of Proverbs, man. When me and the brother Labanat did one just on wisdom, we was all dealing with all the precepts basically come from out the mouth of Solomon, man. You know, like the brother saying, who was Yahweh Shai, man. This Proverbs 8, I'm gonna start at 32. It says, now therefore hearken unto me, O ye children, for blessed are they that keep my ways, hear instruction, and be wise, and refuse it not, man. And those parables, they do instruct you, man. They tell you what to watch for, man. Like the brother just talked about it in his last sit down, man, about the fig tree, man. About summer is nigh, man. About this, it's that time, man. It's about time to get out of here, man. So and when it says hear instruction, meaning understand it, man. And you can't. That's why he put it in parables, because it's not for everybody, man. If this was a how to set up a table book, anybody could open it and read it. You probably still do it wrong, but anybody could get it. You know, that's not for everybody, man. That's why I said, oh, ye children, talking about the elect, man. You know, it says, blessed is the man that heareth me, understanding. Don't hear is not just talking about I audibly hear you, man. It's about understand. That's why I always say, he that have an ear, let him hear. Let him understand this, man. Jake, our people don't understand Revelation 13, 9, and 10. That's why I had to start off by saying, he that have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. That's basic stuff, man. That is so simple. You take people into captivity, you're going to be brought into captivity, man. You kill these people, you're going to be killed. But our people still come up and resist that. That's a basic scripture, man. I don't even want to call it a parable, man. But when you see the reactions, man, it show you that it is, because they blinded, man. Something simple as that, man. That's the ABC 1, 2, 3, man. The so-called white man brought us over here in slavery, man. He gonna be putting slavery under us, man. That's why I always say, if you have an ear, let them hear. Let them understand, man. It says, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the posts of my doors. And what were those apostles doing? They wanted to know what these signs for, what to watch for, man. That's what most of those parables about, man. Like the 10 virgins with the oil, man. Waiting on the husbandman, waiting on Yahushua, man. Watching. That's a lot of the parables about what? The fig tree. It's about watching, man. For the signs, man. Letting you know that he coming, man. Because he gonna come like a thief in the night, man. A lot of those parables are about that, man. You know? That was it on that.
Alright, I got John 3 and 1. There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. The same came to Yahushua by night and said unto him, Rabbi, we know that thou art teacher from Yahweh, for no man could do these miracles that thou doest except Yahweh be with them. That lets you know all the Pharisees wasn't wicked.
Nope.
All right? Some unbelieved. And Yahushua answered and said to him, Verily I said unto you, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of Yahweh. Now we're going to show you that when the scriptures say this understanding makes you subtle, all right? It gives subtlety to the simple. Nicodemus' response was simple as hell.
All right? A 2/3 on the highway response.
Come. Verse 4, Nicodemus said unto him, how can a man be born when he is old? Can he enter the second time in his mother's womb and be born? All right? He didn't understand the scriptures. He didn't understand the spirit. All right? Now this is verse 5. And Yahushua answered, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of the spirit, he cannot enter the kingdom of heaven. All right? So you got to know what that water is metaphorically talking about, and you got to know what the spirit is. All right? John 6:63 tells you that Yahushua say his word is a spirit. All right? So he's talking about the word. And John 7:38 says, he that speaking these words, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. Yep. So this water, this word is spirit, all right? It's water, okay? So when you go to Romans 12:2, it says you have to renew your mind through the word. Bring it out.
Romans 12:2. And be not conformed to this world, meaning don't be intertwined with this world, man. Don't go off what you taught in school, man, in those slave processing buildings, man. You know, you have to, don't be intertwined with this world. Don't come up to the prophets, man, with your worldly mentality, man, with only believing A, B, and C, man, because you are taught A and B and C, and that's it, man. You don't go outside those lines, man. You have an English book the teacher come with, and all answers is in this English book. If you think outside the box, you failing. You know, that's what they teach you, man. It says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. That's that born again, man. Be transformed by the renewing, by hitting the reset button on your mind, man. You have to come. That's why I say being born again, you have to come like a little baby. A little baby when it's first born don't know hot, cold, don't know. Don't go here, do go there, don't know. You are basically programming that child, man. That's why you have to renew your mind, man.
And what do we call new brothers that come in?
Babies.
Babies. Brother might be 30, 40, 25. He a baby when he's new to this knowledge, man. Because he'll he'll read these scriptures and misunderstand them miserably.
Yep.
So we got to feed him the milk of the scriptures. You see what I'm saying? And to the aged brother, it becomes meat. You get to doing these breakdowns, understanding these prophecies. You're good with them, or you can go precept on precept, here a little, there a little. You can build a brother up. You know, build a brother, take a brother down, rebuke him. You know, then build him back up with the scriptures, reprove him. You see what I'm saying? You do everything with him. You become a master swordsman.
Yep.
But when you first come in, you're a baby. You're simple and you know nothing.
Yep.
That's why you got to be apt to teach, man. You can't come. You have to come in. What's another thing about a baby? A baby is lowly, meek, mild. You see what I'm saying? So you have to be ready. A baby does whatever his parents tell him. So you have to become and have order and be in servitude under a man.
Yep.
That's it.
And let me just finish off the scripture. It says that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh, man. That's the whole goal, man. That's our whole goal, man. Esau's goal is to teach you to be a good slave, man. Our goal is to teach you the will of the Lord, man. Thus says the Lord, man. You know what's good. You know. You close it out.
So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying, man. You know, you have to seek the Lord while he may be found. These rivers of water in these last days, they're flowing. I mean, it's like a tidal wave.
It's flowing.
Right. So while you can, you get to it, like Sirach the 2nd chapter 2. Get to the Most High and cleave to him. Get to the brotherhood. Stay yoked with him and learn of the Lord. And just know, hell is about to come. And if you want to be confident and have enough strength to go through what's to come, you have to understand these scriptures, sound doctrine. Exactly. So with that, we're going to give infinite honors to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai.
Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. And salutation to you sincere brothers pushing this truth. Kwam Yasharal.